First up is Arnold's first role, 1970's Hercules in New York. Hercules in New York stars a 22-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger as the main protagonist, Hercules. The synopsis from IMDb, and this is word for word, Hercules is sent to Earth where he finds true love and starts a promising career in the bodybuilding business. This is actually a recurring theme for Arnold through his first few movies. He plays a bodybuilder, which makes sense because it's what he is and what he knows. Anyways, where do we begin with this movie? Hercules is bored and wants to leave Mount Olympus. His father, Zeus, says no, and Hercules defies him and goes to Earth anyway. It's a classic fish out of water story. Hercules doesn't understand human life on Earth. Hilarity ensues. Sort of. The story is split up between Hercules trying to find love and make money. There really isn't a lot of plot here. Zeus wants Hercules back and his wife wants him to stay on Earth. Arnold does meet an ally, Pretzi, a guy who sells pretzels. They get caught up with mob promoters. Arnold enters a bodybuilding contest, tries to find true love, takes off his shirt. You know the drill. Now, the first time through Hercules in New York, I hated it. But after watching it a few times for this, I don't know, it has some type of charm. I mean, it literally has an alternate release where it's called Hercules Goes Bananas, and it should have been called that from the beginning. I guess I was turned off at first because I didn't realize it was a spoof comedy. If you don't know that and you just watch it, you sort of just think it's a bad movie with bad acting. Maybe it's just that I don't like movies from the 70s and 60s. I just find a lot of the acting cheesy. Hercules in New York, though, is no exception. It has some of the worst acting I have ever seen. Arnold is credited as Arnold Strong, Mr. Universe. His speaking and acting is stiff, and depending on where you find this movie to watch, it may be dubbed, which is hilarious, because the voice does not match Arnold at all.
Perhaps he didn't understand you.
I understood him. He's most disagreeable, and he has irritated me.
Also, Arnold's voice acting is awful. Let's just see here.
I am tired of the same old phrases, the same old things.
The problem with the dub is it just doesn't fit Arnold's face and body. I don't know. It makes the movie a comedy in its own sense. Now, Arnold's acting isn't the only issue with the film. There are a lot. Many scenes look as if they were just filmed once, mistakes and all, and then just moved on to the next scene. There are a ton of inconsistencies as well. This is a movie about the Greek god Hercules, yet many of the gods named in the film use the Roman names. It's just not consistent. Pluto is used instead of Hades, Juno instead of Hera, Mercury instead of Hermes. It shouldn't be that hard to just open up a book on mythology and see which names match. There are a lot of plot holes. There are many times where Hercules mentions he doesn't have money or understands the concept of money and magically has a brand new suit the next scene. Where did he get the money? They didn't enter any contents yet at that point. There are some abrupt scene transitions and cuts. There are also situations where you can't really hear what the actor is saying.
He was the one who was... Yeah.
More like it.
You know, you have the oddest sense of humor.
Not all is awful in Hercules in New York, though. Hercules does take off his shirt. Hercules fights a bear, which is a guy in a bear costume, which if you pause at the right moment, you can see the sneakers that he is wearing. Pretzi doesn't know what tea is.
Tea, the conventional social drink.
You mean the drinking stuff?
Of course, what else?
Wait a minute, you mean you want to get together just to drink tea?
And there's also this weird hot dog scene. All in all, it's a pretty bad movie, and I don't think it falls into the category of so bad it's good. After the first time I watched it, I was glad that I didn't have to ever watch it again. Any scene without Arnold is pretty tough to get through. But like I said before, there is some charm to it once you realize that it's supposed to be a spoof. It's a dumb, goofy comedy. Fun fact, it was funded by entrepreneur and bodybuilder Joe Weider. Hercules in New York is probably not worth your time unless you're a massive Arnold fan, which, if you're watching this, you probably are. So maybe it's worth a quick look. The Long Goodbye. Arnold's second film appearance, The Long Goodbye, is just that, an appearance. It's a private eye movie featuring Elliot Gould. I mostly skipped through it because Arnold doesn't even have a speaking line. He does have a sick mustache. He is uncredited as Hood in Augustine's office. We do get another shirtless scene, which makes the count 2. I have to say, this might be the largest I've ever seen Arnold in a movie before. You can skip this one. Happy Anniversary and Goodbye. Next is a more memorable appearance in 1974's Happy Anniversary and Goodbye. A TV movie starring Art Carney and Lucille Ball from I Love Lucy fame is a film about a couple approaching their 25th anniversary. Ball's character Norma questions her marriage and meets a bunch of handsome men. Enter Rico, Arnold. Rico shows up to Norma's house. He's a masseur to give her a massage. There's some innuendos about sex. It's a funny scene. Definitely look up the scene. It's worth a watch. Arnold has some of his charm in here. It's funny. Pumping Iron. Filmed in 1975 and released in January of 1977, Pumping Iron is a film and docudrama about competitive bodybuilding. I say docudrama because some of it is scripted. Now, Arnold's larger-than-life persona is probably what people think about when they think of Pumping Iron, but after starting with Arnold, we jump around to a few different bodybuilders for a decent amount of the movie. Mike Katz, Ken Waller, Lou Ferrigno, and Franco Columbo are the other bodybuilders who take a significant role in the movie. That being said, Arnold and his charisma take center stage, and this film is the reason why he got his next role.
Oh, right, hey, got to do that. Hey, this girl maybe didn't have a kiss for a year, so might as well give her a break.
What's funny is that I completely skipped this when I started this video and had to go back and watch it. Pumping Iron isn't listed on Arnold's acting section of IMDb. You have to go down to his self-appearances. If you're just a casual Arnold fan, you might consider skipping this if you're not a fan of bodybuilding. Personally, I recommend you watch this if you're a fan. It's filled with memorable lines and it's just fun to watch. Stay Hungry. So 1976 brings in Arnold's first dramatic performance with Stay Hungry. It's a supporting role in a pretty star-studded cast. Arnold acts opposite of Jeff Bridges and Sally Field, but Arnold does play a bodybuilder, Joe Santo. Yes, I know what you're thinking, another bodybuilding scene with Arnold, but Arnold's acting in this movie is actually pretty awesome. He's not over the top or cheesy. We do get a one-liner or two, but it's delivered with sarcasm.
I told you a while back, you can't grow without burning. I don't need this shit. Yeah, you do.
I actually think this might be Arnold's best acting of his career. Maybe because Arnold's playing a version of himself, a bodybuilder who made it over to America and is trying to make it. The movie, on the other hand, is odd. The plot revolves around Jeff Bridges' character, Craig Blake, who is tasked with strong-arming a gym owner into selling so some hotshots can turn his gym into a high-rise and make money. The problem is Craig's already rich. His parents died and left him a mansion and money. So I don't know his reasons for doing this. What's his motivation? Craig winds up befriending the people at the gym, the owner, the love interest in Sally Field. The plot jumps around a bit. It mostly is a love story, though, between Bridges and Field. The final act is pretty random, although there is a bodybuilding contest, and Arnold gets shirtless again. Stay Hungry is tough. Arnold puts on a really solid performance, but the movie just doesn't really hold up. I really wish Arnold did more dramatic roles in his career, because this is really the only one, and he was really good in it. The Streets of San Francisco, episode Deadlift. This one's quite hysterical. Arnold plays a bodybuilder who has what I can't describe any other way other than roid rage. A woman in the beginning laughs at him for his posing, and he literally shakes her to death.
Stop that! Stop this! That's not like it! That's beautiful! That's what the body's supposed to look like!
Arnold's quite testy throughout the entire episode. Police are trying to find him. He's shirtless again. It's not exactly good television, but watching a clip is probably worth it because it's hilarious. Plus, we get Franco Columbo again. The San Pedro Beach Bums. Lifting is my life. So I couldn't find much about this at all except for this one YouTube clip that is a picture of Arnold with credits rolling. So yeah, if you know anything about this show or this episode, and if Arnold is actually in it, let me know. The Villain. This Western slapstick comedy stars Arnold alongside Kirk Douglas and Anne Margaret. The Villain is essentially live-action Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Kirk Douglas is Wile E. Coyote, aka Cactus Jack. Arnold plays Handsome Stranger and Anne Margaret plays Charming Jones. Cactus Jack attempts over and over again to stop the carriage that Handsome Stranger is driving. If you know Looney Tunes, you'll recognize a lot of Cactus Jack's attempts, We have him running himself over with a huge boulder. We even have the paint a tunnel on the side of a mountain gag, where he paints the tunnel. Handsome Stranger and Charming Jones ride right through it without a problem, and then he tries to go through and hits it. The final scene literally plays the Looney Tunes theme song. All that being said, I didn't find it that funny. I watched it on YouTube, and a lot of the comments were talking about nostalgia and how great and funny of a movie it was. I didn't find myself laughing at all. And I actually don't remember Arnold having a shirtless scene, so that's probably a no-go for me.
You want to see my gun? I bet you've never seen one like this before.
Scavenger Hunt. 1979 Scavenger Hunt is a comedy with an ensemble cast. Arnold makes a brief appearance as Lars, a gym instructor. It's a quick clip, but comedy gold. Arnold is hilarious. There are some great one-liners.
But no pain, no gain. Make it stop!
And just look at those locks. The Jayne Mansfield Story. 1980s, the Jayne Mansfield Story. In another dramatic role, Arnold plays Jayne Mansfield's husband, real-life bodybuilder and 1955 Mr. Universe, Mickey Haggerty, who I think Arnold actually resembles quite a bit. This made-for-TV movie goes over the tragic life and death of Jayne Mansfield. Arnold narrates the film. The movie is interesting enough, especially if you care about Jayne Mansfield, but I skipped any scene Arnold wasn't in just to watch it. It's skippable. Now, Pumping Iron probably doesn't fit with the rest of these movies because it's pretty well known. I highly recommend that if you haven't seen it before, if it's been a while. The rest of these appearances are interesting. I don't know if any of them are must-watch TV. Arnold doesn't really become the actor we know until his next film role in 1982's Conan the Barbarian. So I really wouldn't go out of my way to watch these if you're finding it difficult. I love Arnold's acting in Stay Hungry, but the movie was If you want some movies to scratch your Arnold itch, though, you can watch Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, and Red Sonja. Those will be the movies I'm going over next. So have you seen any of these before? I'm a huge Arnold fan, and most of these I've never even heard of, let alone saw. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Arnold videos in the future. See you next time.